It's time for the predictions for the third round of the Premier League. Last weekend it was one score correct. Brighton beating Man United 2-1 was the one that we got correct, and Brighton are actually up again in the early fixture against Arsenal. That should be a good game. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll kick things off with that game, Arsenal v Brighton. So Arsenal, good start, back-to-back wins. They beat Villa in the last game. David Raya pulled off some great saves, whilst Ollie Watkins, on the other hand, probably should have scored a couple of goals. And yeah, Arsenal, good start. Brighton, also good start with 2 wins. So one of these teams is going to lose their 100% record, potentially both. I'd like to say a draw, but I'd look stupid if I got it wrong. So I am going to go for Arsenal. I think they'll just edge it. They've got the quality. So I'll go Arsenal to win 2-1. Then we move on to Everton against Bournemouth. Everton have looked awful so far. 7 goals conceded, none scored. It's been a rough start. Bournemouth, a couple of draws so far, I believe. So not too bad from Bournemouth. I think they'll get the 3 points here, though. I'm going to go more misery for Everton and a 1-0 win to Bournemouth. On to Ipswich against Fulham. Ipswich, they scored the opener against Man City, but ended up conceding 3 goals in about 8 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that. And went on to lose 4-1 in that game, with Haaland scoring a hat-trick. They also lost their opener to Liverpool, so we haven't got a very good barometer for Ipswich because they've played 2 of the best 3 sides in the league. But Fulham, good start. They lost to Man United, but they did manage to win last weekend against Leicester. I think Fulham will get the job done here as well, so I'll go 2-1. Speaking of Leicester, they're up at home against Villa. Will be a tough game for Leicester. Villa have just came off the back of that loss to Arsenal, and a tough fixture that was. But Villa, even though they're away, they'll feel more at home here. Maybe Watkins is going to get his first goal of the season, but I think Villa will win 2-1. Forest against Wolves next. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because both sides are probably going to be somewhere in the bottom 7 this season. Wolves obviously lost 6-2 last time out to Chelsea. They lost the opener to Arsenal. So they, again, like Ipswich, have had a very tough start. But losing 6-2 to Chelsea is a bit of a worry. Forest, they have been okay, but I'm not convinced that they're going to pull up too many trees this season, and as I said, I think they'll be in the bottom 7. They did just get knocked out of the cup whilst Wolves went through. I think this could be a draw. It looks like a draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1. And Brentford Southampton is our last 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, and I think again I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. Just, I don't know, Southampton have lost both games 1-0. Feels like, you know, Brentford are another side that will probably be down there somewhere. Tony, there's links that he's moving on, so it could be a tight game. So yeah, another 1-1 draw there. The late game on Saturday, West Ham v Man City. Now West Ham, they have started, well, they lost their opener against Villa, didn't they? But then against Palace, they won. So a decent start. I think they will get better and better as their new signings bed in, because they've made a lot of good signings, but it will take time to adapt. Man City, I mean, I just can't see West Ham beating them, so I am going to go for City to win 3-1. Hopefully Haaland doesn't score any more, because I don't have him in my fantasy league, just because I thought maybe I could spread the cost a bit better, but maybe that's proving to be a stupid decision. But yeah, I'll go for Man City to win 3-1. So we move on to Sunday's fixtures now. We start off with Chelsea against Palace. I mean, Chelsea, that 6-2 win was massive against Wolves. Madueke with a hat-trick after calling Wolverhampton a bit of a shithole and then scoring a hat-trick. That's just... I kind of feel bad for Wolverhampton. That's not a very nice thing to do. But Chelsea were very good, and they kind of showed what we all know. They've got some great attackers. They will probably score a lot of goals this season, but defensively, they are still a bit of a liability. So when Chelsea play, I kind of expect high-scoring games. Palace, it's been a rough start for Palace so far. They've lost both their games despite the back end of last season being brilliant, but they have lost Elise and they've lost Joachim Andersen as well. I think Palace will get better as the season progresses, but for this one, I'm going to back Chelsea to win. Let's go for more goals again. I'll go 3-2. Newcastle Spurs is also at 1/2, and I mean, Newcastle, they haven't looked great. I thought they'd start the season better, but Spurs are also similar. You know, both sides are on 4 points so far, albeit Spurs did play Everton and put 4 past them. I think that could be a 2-2 draw, just because it's at St James's Park. I'll go for the draw 2-2. And Man United Liverpool, the 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. It should be a good game. However, Liverpool always seem to beat them. SALAH always seems to do a job on them. So I am going to go for Liverpool to carry on their good start with 2 wins. I'm going to go for a third and a 3-1 at that. So there's my predictions for this weekend. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you next time.